What's shaking, everyone? Welcome back to another video. And I probably made this intro 20 times because I don't know how to put it into words, really. Just because you point out some flaws in a video game or some additions, some quality of life things you really want to see, doesn't mean the game's bad. You know, it doesn't mean the game's bad. It just means there's room for improvement on an already unreal game. So what I don't want here is, okay, I don't want the Karens to come. I don't want, what is a male Karen? A Bruce. I don't want Bruce's or Karen's to come into the comments and just complain. No one wants that. No one wants the Karens and the Bruces to complain. This is a video that is something that I'm looking for positive feedback, you know, like, hey, I would love to see this. I would love to see that. And we can work together to try to make this game better. What I will say, though, is we're not going to talk about three things. One, we're not going to talk about the audio issues. We're not going to talk about the recoil control on guns. And we're not going to talk about the anti-cheat because, to be honest, it's been done to death. Let's be honest. It's been done to death, and I'm not going to add anything else to it. There's tons of videos. You can search them up. What I want to talk about in this video are things that I see on a weekly basis that I was like, oh, this needs to be fixed, or oh, if this got added, it would be such a game changer. These types of things I want to talk about because I'm really hoping some of them are in the next patch, and if they're not, hey, on to the next one, right? So let's stay positive. If there's something you want to see in the comments down below, put it down there. If I missed something, I want to hear what you think would be a nice change. So let's get going. This is the number one thing I want added to Tarkov, and I've been talking about this for a while, so hopefully we'll see it one day. But okay, we're in the weapon preset menu. I want to build this gun, save it so I can use it over and over again. And as you can see at the top here, we can use only available parts. Awesome. That means I can only use attachments that are only in my inventory currently right now. So it's nothing that I want to buy. It's just I want to see what I have lying around. Now, right here, I want to add something else. And with the power of, you know, Photoshop, I'm going to add it. You won't even notice that it's different from the rest. But let's just go ahead and add it. It's use only current trader level parts or something along those lines. And the reason for this is, say you're level 20, 25-ish, you've unlocked, say, level 2 traders, you're feeling good, you've played the game for a while. Every time you go out in the wild and you search crates and you see new attachments and you examine them, guess what? They now pop up right here to be available for you to mod your gun with. But the problem is you don't know which ones are available at your current trader level and which one is later on, and now you have to buy them off the flea market. So sometimes you go through this little dance, especially if you don't know the attachments, and if you're new to the game, you get kind of confused and you're like, why is modding this gun 300,000? And it's because you have to buy certain parts now from the flea market instead of from the traders. So what I'm hoping for is this little box up here. You can click that and you only see the attachments for the gun from the current traders. So you know when you build it, it's not an inflated price. It's like a normal price from the traders. It would just streamline gun modding and make it so much more convenient for people instead of doing this dance of like, do I have this available at my current trader? Do I have this available? Like, yeah, if you play the game a lot, you know, but there's so many people that this whole system is new to, and this is really overwhelming already to begin with. Like, look at all these boxes you can mod. There's no other game really like this, so it's really overwhelming already. If we had this box and people could click it, it would just streamline the process and just make it so much easier and not as overwhelming to newer players. So this issue is about weapon presets, but because right now it's barter only at the traders, I can't show you using the preset menu. I have to show you using the flea market, but the same thing goes with both. I'm just going to show you right now. So let's say we had a list here, right? Let's just say we had a list of attachments we want to buy. We press, you know, buy all or whatever. And then we find out, oh, this was 1,400 US. We only have 200. So when we purchase something, and this works with the flea market too, and say we purchase it, oh, you don't have enough money for the transaction. What I wish would happen is it's like, hey, we're converting this much money from rubles to dollars, just a heads up. Like a little screen saying that, not saying you don't have enough money, because obviously I have 42 million. I can afford transferring that money into dollars. It's just, it won't let me. So what you have to do here is you could go all the way out of everything, but if you're in the weapon preset and the gun's already built, I'm going to show you how to do that. And I'm just using, again, the flea market, for example, because you can do it that way. You can go down here to the bottom. You can press traders. You can go to Peacekeeper. We can buy the dollars, and then we can go back to the flea market or the weapon preset, and it'll all be back there. So that's a little workaround. Again, if they don't fix it or if they don't add that to the game, it's okay because I showed you a workaround. But I just think, why can't we just have, you know, a conversion? It's just telling you to convert it's going to convert the money for you. You're not getting the US dollars from anyone else, so it just makes sense to me. This has been a bug for a while now, and you might have come across it, you might not have, but I do have a workaround for it. And in case they don't happen to fix it day one, you know, things go awry, let me show you the workaround also. So let's just say we go under this netting, right? There's a bunch of netting in Tarkov. Say you go under the netting. Oh, there's a golden star. You crouch, you go pick it up. You can't uncrouch. As you can see, I'm trying to stand up, but my character's still in crouch position in the bottom left. Did you know though, if you want, it's not perfect, but if you hold C and mouse wheel up, you can get quite a bit up so that you can at least move a little bit faster in case someone's coming. And once you get out of the netting, you can just hold C and then stand right directly all the way up. Like I said, it's not perfect, but in case they don't fix it, that's the workaround for it. So usually when they add guns to Tarkov, it's exciting for a few weeks, right? You're like, oh, this is a new toy to use. Awesome, we'll use it. But then everyone slides back into using like the MDRs, the mutants, stuff that's tried and true and everyone knows is just the gun of choice. It's the new toys are fun, but then, you know what? Sweep them under the rug, onto the next thing. Now with the Scar Ls and the Scar H's getting added, I was excited, don't get me wrong. It's a gun that everyone's been wanting for a long time, but I wasn't like, oh, it's going to be the best. I was just like, okay, I'm going to use them. It's going to be fun. The Scar L is 545. The Scar H is 762. And 76251 has been like my ammo of choice lately. And to be honest, I really, really like the Scar H. It's a fantastic gun. I fell in love with it. One of my favorite guns this wipe, but it has a flaw. So in this picture right here, I'm showing you, as you can see, there's something bright there. Okay. There's something bright in that guy's hand. Let's zoom in. It's actually the Scar H glowing. So the Scar L and the Scar H, the tan ones, actually glow in the dark. And it's happened to me multiple times when I'm with some buddies and they're like, oh, you got the glitch, Geeks. Like I can see your gun from a mile away. It's super bright. And it's funny because we'll have two people using the same gun, the Scar H, say, and they're both tan, but when one person stands in a certain lighting, it doesn't glow. When the other person goes there, it glows. So I don't know what causes the issue, but I just know that it's there. And to be honest, it's a detriment to you, right? Like that is going to get you killed easily because you're just carrying this glowing gun. I love the gun so much. I'm begging them to fix it this wipe. I'm begging you. I love it. Please, BSG. This is probably the most asked about bug in my channel. I get it about 3 to 5 times a week. And unfortunately, I have to tell everyone all the time, it's still not fixed yet. It's been about 4 months. So 2 months into the wipe, they had some issues. They had to do a patch, a hot fix, and then it completely destroyed the air filter unit so that even if you had an air filter in there, it wasn't giving you the 40% XP boost to your skills, to only certain skills, sorry. And it sucked. You know, the one downside was they didn't take it offline. So people, I think you probably watching this didn't know it wasn't working and you're still feeding it air filters for no reason. So that is kind of a downside. I know it still does give you some skill points towards your hideout, but the main reason people are using the air filter unit, let's be honest, is the 40% increase for XP towards certain skills. And if it's not working, I bet you wouldn't buy those 150,000 air filters, right? So next patch, day one, some streamer will get it like day 4 or something, or day 5, and we can test it out. But fingers crossed it works. So DLSS got added and everyone made a huge deal about it. I'm not going to lie to you. A lot of people made a big deal about it. I really didn't understand it. I just knew it was going to be good. So this is DLSS off, and you can see right here, my scope looks clean, looks really good. Now DLSS, let's turn it on. So here's DLSS on. I don't know if you can tell the difference. I have it on balanced, but I think it looks a lot better. I really want to play with it, but it does have one downside. For some reason, whenever you use a scope and you zoom in, and I don't know if you're going to be able to tell on this recording, but it just looks grainy. It almost looks like there's like Vaseline. I don't know how to describe it. It just looks kind of pixelated almost. It looks weird. But you know what? With the frames I'm getting with DLSS, it's actually a good amount more, but it just makes the game look more crisp. And I really want to use it to my advantage. Unfortunately, the scopes being a huge downside, I like using range and I just can't use it right now. So hopefully day one. So that's the video. I really appreciate you guys watching it. And I hope you know it came from a place of love and just, you know, passion for the game rather than, you know what I mean? You know, the Bruce and the Karens, you know, glass half full, because even if all this stuff isn't fixed and the additions that I want aren't in the game, I'm still going to play it. I'm still going to have fun. I'm still going to enjoy myself because I like Tarkov a lot. So thank you so much for being here. Remember, you know, hit the subscribe button. It's free for you guys. It means the world to me. I'm really trying to hit 100,000 subscribers this year. It's going to be a goal. So it'd mean a lot to me if you help out. And remember, I'm going to be streaming a crap ton of wipe. I'm going to be putting out a ton of content. So come by, say hello. And until next time, I'll talk to everyone later.